Ramble.
Today's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp and DoorDash. Hell yeah.
Rainie's nailing it.
There Rainie goes.
There we go. Rainie goes.
There she hecking goes. All right.
Welcome to the tripod. We're absolutely freaking twerking out here with Caramelays.
Caramelays. And I have a song for you guys. Are you ready?
Let's do it, Keith.
I just thought of it while I was peeing. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I wonder what it's like to be a cow grazing in the grass and going moo, 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 moo. Wonder what it's like to be a cow. That's it.
So, and I love where your head's at, and I'm just wondering, will this be as high as White People Taco Night?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it's right there.
I wonder what it's like to be a cow grazing in the grass and moo, 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 moo. Yeah.
What was the inspo? Who's your muse?
You know, it just came to me. I was peeing, so I don't think it had anything to do with that.
You think it was like you're peeing and you're sort of like, oh, piss. Who else pisses cows?
I don't even think there was a. I don't think there was a connection.
Oh, it's sort of an.
I think it was a eureka moment. I jumped out of the bathtub.
Yeah.
I ran through the town naked, screaming "Eureka, Eureka!"
Is that what Albert Einstein did?
I don't know if he ran naked, but didn't he jump? Somebody jumped out of a bath screaming "Eureka!"
But here's the thing, though. After he said it, it's like when I think about that story, it's like he invented the word then.
Right.
But it's like
Eureka!
It couldn't have been.
I've got it. I know. But you're right. I guess the etymology of the word seems like it was born in the moment.
And for the moment.
Maybe he was at a friend named Eureka, and he was calling to that friend.
I like that, Keith. I like where that's happening.
You remember the old children's show, Eureka's Castle? Anyone?
No.
It's old.
Well, on Webkins, there's this guy who buys your jewels, and he says, Eureka! And that's what I always think of. Or maybe it was a Candy Crush-ish game.
Maybe Albert Einstein got it from Webkins.
That's possible. I actually never did Webkins.
You would have loved it, Keith.
Was it like Pokemon?
Not at all. It was
Not at all.
I mean, it was high tech. Like, it was connected to the internet.
Okay.
And you got a stuffed animal.
That's right.
And you got to build a little mansion, and every time you bought another pet, you got another room.
I think it was similar to Neopets, but better, structured. Because Neopets was kind of like a wash. You get in there, you're playing these shitty little games, and you're not getting nearly as much as you're giving with Neopets.
I also never did Neopets. Is it like Pokemon?
Yes.
Did you have a computer growing up?
I did have a computer, Rainie. We had to crank it to start.
Did you have a computer down there in Tennessee, Keith?
We had to crank it.
It was a crank generator.
It was actually gas-powered.
Well, I was just because what did you do on the computer if not Webkins?
Oh, so
Neopets.
I had a computer back when computers used DOS. You know what DOS is?
No.
You had one?
I had DOS.
That's cool.
What's DOS?
DOS is, I think it's like maybe the second ever operating software.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was plain, and it was like a list, and you chose a list, and you got another list, and I played a game that was the same. You probably played this game before, where you're on one side and your opponent's on the other side of the screen, and then maybe there's mountains, maybe there's buildings. You're throwing a bomb, and you're trying to do the trajectory of the wind to throw that bomb and hit your opponent.
Oh yeah.
And the one I had was monkeys throwing bananas. And it was very fun. It was my first computer game I ever played. Mm-hmm. Loved that game.
What did you play in college?
On a computer?
Did you play
On a
anything
computer?
in college?
Rainie,
No, you're too
all
old.
I did was play video games in college.
Yeah, I didn't play computer games, though. I
it's
played
video.
the Wii.
Yeah, we played Wii
I
Sports.
love
Wii Bowling.
Super Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Bros.
We played Grand Theft Auto 5.
I watched my friends play other games.
Played a lot.
I didn't have a console at that time, but one of my wasn't my roommate, but it was like 6 of us got 3 rooms next to each other.
That's so
And
nice.
they had the games. We all went in their room to play the games, but I didn't own the games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Wii is bringing back a lot of memories. I had Beijing Olympics, and it was the best game. Dream Race. Honestly, what I would give. I think we don't have the Wii anymore, but
Well, the Wii sort of doesn't, people don't use it anymore.
It's an old system now.
It's an old system.
What's the first system you had, Rainie?
I don't know what a system is, but I think that Carmen San Diego.
Okay, that's a video
I don't know
game.
what a system is, but basically,
Carmen San Diego, it's tough because that was a TV show. That's a board game.
Freddy
that's
Fish?
a video game.
Freddy Fish I did
Freddy
play.
Fish was fun.
What the fuck is that?
I was on the computer. Freddy Fish teaches you how to spell or something.
Oh, I had
is it
Mario
educational?
teaches typing.
I mean, I got a Hershey's Kiss every time that I spent 30 minutes on practicing my typing.
Oh, by the way, the Hershey's Kiss economy.
It came right out of the gaming system.
When you're in elementary school, the Hershey's Kiss economy is booming. You're like, I'm going to get a little Hershey's Kiss for being a good little boy. And, like, I'm fucking pocketing the shit.
It's melting all
Like,
over
it's
your
melting
legs.
all over my legs. It's like-
Wait. Were Hershey's Kisses really like a common candy for
yeah,
you?
all the time. Were you not getting a Hershey's Kiss? Were you getting, what, a Yankee
As a
Candle?
treat?
Or
Yeah, I was getting an entire $6 candle.
Yankee
No, I mean, I guess Hershey's Kisses sometimes were there, but we didn't get a lot of candy from my teachers.
Not for my teachers. I'm thinking about parents. I'm thinking about grandma. I'm thinking about my auntie.
So we had
I'm thinking about all sorts.
we had candy bars in the fridge, and there were no rules really about them.
See, right. It was sort of a free-for-all.
But I broke off little pieces of Mr. Goodbar. I didn't take a whole Mr. Goodbar, you know. Mr. Goodbar is milk chocolate with peanuts.
You were being bailed out by the candy government. You were
Yeah.
just being given.
My parents love candy and cookies, so there was always a plethora, which is probably why I don't really care for them.
Yeah, that's
Because
interesting.
It was just
wasn't-
like,
yeah.
it wasn't special.
Yeah.
Because I can't get enough.
Some days I wanted a fucking sandwich, and all I had were cookies.
Yeah, right. It's hard
I'm
to
like,
eat.
I don't want this.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I mean, speaking of full-size candy bars, we're
Yeah.
going to Spirit Halloween.
by the way, you think they're gonna have full-size candy there?
No,
well,
but my question
trick-or-treaters,
is,
that's the...
Oh.
some places give out full bar size candy bars, which is, I think, in retrospect, is kind of crazy.
It's crazy. I don't do
Yeah.
that. Now, as a person who gets to give out candy to trick and or treaters,
Yeah.
I have a different philosophy. I
Really?
get the good candy,
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah.
I tell the kids, hey, take 2 or 3 of whatever you want.
You say take 2 or 3.
Take 2 or 3 pieces.
Uh-huh.
And I've got Snickers mini. I've got but I don't do the mini minis. I do like the
Mini.
two bite,
The regular
two
minis.
bite shorties.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I got Twix. I got Reese's. I got all the good candy.
Oh, that's nice.
None of
Oh,
the
yeah.
BS.
What's
Last
the BS?
year,
Scoobers or
Oh,
whatever?
A
whatever
Twizzler?
you just said.
a
Yes.
Twizzler? I actually
No,
love
Twizzlers are-
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers are
I like a
tops.
Twizzler, but to me, it's work. Is really it.
I'm talking about generic bullshit. I'm talking about whatever that.
Mr. Yum's
Yeah,
like chocolate
like,
surprise or something.
just like, Smarties.
a Tootsie
Ugh, that-
Roll makes me want to throw
Tootsie
up.
Rolls can go to hell.
I
They can
love
go to
Tootsie
hell.
Rolls.
Are you
Rainie,
kidding me?
please.
I love them.
Chocolate taffy.
Fake chocolate.
A Tootsie. Oh, Rainie.
I eat Tootsies at the office.
You have a Tootsie at the. Do we
yeah,
have
we have
Tootsies?
Tootsies.
We
No
have
way
Tootsies?
we have Tootsies.
Yeah, we definitely have Tootsies.
Did you request them?
No.
Oh.
So somebody else?
Somebody requested Tootsies at the office, and Jack obliged.
There's 2 people at the office at least who like Tootsies.
I don't even know if at this point, as a freelancer, I'm allowed to participate in the snack census. So I have to create a puppet voter to vote for the snacks I want.
You
when I
can
come
definitely
in once
give,
a week.
I'll fill out the snack sentences all the time.
That's good. Nicknames have been flying around the office recently, and I've
That's
witnessed
true.
a few of them.
What is my nickname? Does anybody call me something in secret?
K-Dog.
Hey, dog.
Hey, dog.
Well,
Hey,
Ben
dog.
calls you
Fucker.
Kiefer.
What's my nickname in secret?
That stupid fucker.
That stupid fucker.
Shitty boss.
Shitty Boss McGee. No, Keith, what have people called you typically? Habersberger?
In high school and college, sometimes people call me Habs. Mostly people call me Keith.
Yeah.
Keith is a hard one to
I
do
have
nicknames.
a friend who calls me Keithington.
Ethington.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mr. Keithington is sometimes what I was called by one person. Well, growing up, I had a friend call me Keithy Weethy. I didn't enjoy it. I remember
Keithy
now.
Weethy stuff.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that.
Okay, well, that's going to be sticking.
Almost like Weefy, but you have a lisp or something.
Kind of like queefy.
Kind of
Yeah,
like Queefy,
hey,
but
let's
it's
cut to an
actually it's the
The.
Keithy
Weethy.
Weethy.
I feel that a good nickname can be derived from the name, but also can just be sort of something unrelated completely. My friend Kendall, she forced a nickname that now exists. We call her Coach.
Oh, that's fun though.
And it's just like,
That's cute.
Oh, we really are sort of doing an insider's
So
look.
how did she finesse that, though? Because I've tried to start a nickname or two.
Rainie, let me tell you, it took a lot of work. She was referring to herself as Coach, correcting us when we said Kendall for years before it stuck. And then
Wow.
finally it did, and now she's Coach. When's Coach going to get there? For Rainie, I mean, I don't know what we.
well,
you know,
we tell you. I mean,
yeah, there's a lot with
raindrop
Rainie.
is when you are saying something
Stormy.
that's stormy.
No,
Stormy
I think
is
Ray
good.
Ray.
Lightning Bolt.
Ray.
Bolt.
Bolt.
Let's see what.
Cloud.
Oh, Sweet Rain. I get Sweet Rain a lot.
Sweet
from
Rain.
different people. Isn't that interesting?
Sweet Ray.
Rain.
Rain.
What about this? Blitz.
Blitz.
Hey, yo, Blitz. What are you getting for lunch?
Hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh.
What am I getting for lunch? Well, I switched halfway through. I was going to get a chicken sandwich. Then I switched to a Cobb salad because I said health streaks.
Oh, interesting. I went for the salmon sandwich to get those omega-3 fatties.
And then you got fries.
And
though.
I got fries, though, to sort of top the whole thing off with a nice starch.
I got the salmon sandwich with a side salad, and I almost dubbed it in the text the healthy miles.
Oh, that's good, honestly. Recently, I've been feeling like health is a myth.
Yeah.
I agree.
I worked out this morning, and let me tell you, it's hard for me to even hold these microphones up.
Your arms are really tired. You were
weak.
benching? You were what?
I was benching. I was pushing up. I was doing the row things. I did a rower as well. I did a squat to whatever the over my head one is. I did steps. I did ab
That's
things.
a lot. And now here's the question for you. How often are you, because to me, sometimes I'll do a workout like that, and it's like, okay, and by the way, Rainie's cutting off 7 lanes of traffic.
Has decided it's time to cross 6 lanes of traffic.
Rainie nailed it, though.
That was stressful.
Honestly,
I'm
she
gonna be
did
honest.
it. And she did, you know what she did the right way? She paused briefly in each lane before moving on. She didn't
It's
just
like,
do
okay,
it.
one.
She didn't go in one fell swoop.
One at a time.
She did it one at a time. Let's go. Let's take a second.
Rainie Uber, how's my driving thus far?
It's not mine.
You know what I'll say, Rainie? I think that you've got a lot of gusto.
You've got. I
think Rainie's got
want
a
to
lot
call
of
you out.
gusto.
You're holding a coffee in one hand. Your phone is in your lap.
Yeah,
You are.
Yeah, the coffee in one hand is interesting. She does have a cup holder, and she's not really sipping.
No.
So it's sort of like there's an interesting sort of multitask.
She's
going
got a
on.
stronghold on the
Lanky.
coffee.
She's got a strong hold on the coffee. Smooth ride for the most part. But every once in a while, you sort of get a burst of inspiration.
I'll say it's got a little bit of a jazz vibe.
Yeah, by the way, Rainie drives like jazz.
It's sometimes really smooth. Sometimes like, ooh, what was that?
Oh,
that was fun.
We switched it up for a second there.
Oh shit, she's crossing 7 lanes.
Here we go, baby.
Wow. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but for nicknames for Keith, I mean, tall
Tall boy.
tall guy.
Big Bird.
Big Bird.
I like
That's
Big
pretty
Bird.
good.
I'm not against Big Bird. He's a great hero.
Yeah.
Is he? What is his personality?
The actual Big Bird?
Yeah.
He's dumb.
Nice.
He's a toddler. He's giant.
Nice.
Oh.
They're all chill. You have to realize that almost all the main characters in Sesame Street are like children.
Even Bert and Ernie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't age.
They're kind of adults.
Yeah.
They're more adult, but they still are very. I mean, he loves his rubber ducky, right?
Oh,
But-
that's right.
But Big Bird is like, he's basically 3
I think
or
so.
4 or something like that.
He's this many. Yeah.
He's really young.
He's this.
Yeah,
he
they're
just
all-
looks like he's the dad, but he's not.
No, he's certainly not. He's just big.
The adults who are live action humans are the adults.
That's true.
Yeah.
Man, it would be cool to do Sesame Street. They're letting a lot of people on there. Is that still on, by the way?
I didn't get yes, and I want to be on it.
Oh, Keith, that'd be funny.
I've
be
worked
really
with some
good.
Muppets, but never in their house.
But those aren't Muppets. Sesame Street and Muppets are sort of they exist in parallel universes, right? Because Sesame Street is for kids. Muppets is like sort of for kids, but also adults.
It's for adults.
Yeah, it's for
kind of
adults.
exclusively.
Yeah.
It's-
It's
I
like
don't know
Miss
if I've
Piggy, like,
s-
let's just, I mean, be honest, let's call a spade a spade. She's horny.
She's horned. She's horned up for the frog D.
She wants that. And Miss Piggy is sort of, yeah.
I mean,
Borderline,
she's hot.
borderline cancelable.
She
Oh,
wants
really?
that frog's hog, if you know what
Miss
I mean.
Piggy, I think, has been canceled. People have.
Do you think you've ever been pursued by a woman? Like, did Becky pursue you, or was it mutual?
It was mutual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was sort of a
been
mutual crush.
Pursued by a woman.
I found out Becky thought I was cute, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?
I was like, are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
The
I thought
Jewish
she
W.
hated me."
Oh.
And she did for a while.
Yeah, there's something about the word pursuit that is interesting. Pursue.
Pursue.
I mean, I would say, yeah, me and Sarah both pursued each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think you're referring
Was
to
a
is that we
mutual
were been
pursue.
pursued where we didn't.
Was
we
I
weren't
like
interested.
looking through binoculars at Becky?
Or
Joe
just
style.
like,
At
yeah,
lunch.
well,
Exactly.
sometimes one person will lay the groundwork, and it's still like both parties are down, but one person is kind of like
Yeah,
well, I think there's a
facilitating.
mutual
there's the
groundwork.
the
The courtship.
courter and the courtee.
The
Yeah.
courtee.
I think we both courted each other.
I
Although
think I
maybe
prefer. I think I
don't know.
prefer to court. I don't want to be courted
That's interesting.
Oh.
because then I'm like, ugh.
It's sort of.
like
I mean,
embarrassing.
it's nice to court because you're sort of like, oh, I get to kind of like
Yeah,
play
you're
in the
kind of
little
in
date,
control.
and I get to kind of ooh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you get to, like-
you're the main character.
yeah, exactly. Main
Yeah.
character energy.
Yeah.
MCE.
E.
Maine. It's in the game.
I literally also thought that. I was trying to think. I was like, what is that?
EA Sports.
It's in the game.
All right, we got to find parking.
I once got a parking ticket in Pasadena, and I did already pay.
Oh.
I hate a parking ticket.
Oh, my
We
God.
That is
all
like
hate
the
a parking
worst.
ticket. Is this a parking spat?
Right here.
Oh. And we're nosediving.
Let's hit it.
We're
Rainie
nosing.
goes nose
We're
in.
nosing in.
By the way, that's interesting, Rainie. It requires a lot of confidence, and I think you pulled it off.
Finally putting her
so.
tea down.
But I'm so nervous. Finally putting the tea down. I'm so nervous often when I go. I don't go nose in. I always. I back
that ass
dive. I back that ass up. Typically.
I can't do that with my giant ass car. It has to be backed up. It cannot nosedive.
Yeah, Keith drives a Hummer.
I drive an H2.
We'll see you in the spirit Halloween.
Show me your spirit. You sit yourself down with a big old beautiful stack of pancakes and uh-oh, you're missing the syrup. Well, with DoorDash grocery delivery, you can get what you want right when you need it. You know, you trust a DoorDash to deliver your restaurant faves, and now you can get your groceries delivered, and your grocery delivery is going to deliver, baby. Plus, they're going to get you 50% off your very first little order, up to a $20 value if you listen on. There's thousands of grocery stores you can choose from, and you can boost your local economy with each and every single little order you place. Want even more value? You can save on all your grocery and restaurant favorites with a $0 delivery fee on all eligible orders with a Dash Pass membership. With easy substitutions right in the app and best-in-class customer support, DoorDash delivers groceries exactly how you want it. Get 50% off your first DoorDash order up to a $20 value when you use code TRYGROCERY at checkout. Limited time offer terms apply. That's 50% off up to $20 on your first order through DoorDash when you enter code TRYGROCERY. Don't forget, that's code TRYGROCERY for 50% off your first order up to a $20 value when you try DoorDash. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Do you ever feel like your brain is getting in its own way? You know, like when you're like trying to fall asleep and you just got something on your mind and then another thing goes on your mind, you just can't get clarity. Well, therapy helps you figure out what's holding you back so you can work for yourself instead of against yourself. Therapy is just a wonderful thing. I think as time goes on, more and more people realize that therapy can be beneficial in their life. Sometimes you're just like feeling a little down and you're not sure why, and therapy can really help you out. Therapy can be helpful for learning positive coping skills, how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Make your brain your friend with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/tripod today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/tripod.
Keith, go for it.
If I was a cow,
I'd be eating grass.
I'd be eating grass. I go moo, 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 moo.
So we're almost inside the Spirit Halloween here. We are going into, and Keith, we've already tried on 100% of these costumes, right?
Well, I think actually like 82% because we didn't get the big IPs because of the strike.
I'm also wondering about the props, because that's something we didn't even touch on.
We didn't even, also, you know what we didn't do? The fucking animatronics.
Oh, spooky skeleton that's like,
Yeah, that's exactly right.
He goes like this. He goes, get out, I'm playing candy. Sort of that.
Wait, what did you say?
He goes, hey, candy, I have a candy.
Get out, I hate
The
candy.
skeleton is sort of yelling at you.
I mean, what are your Halloween? So, what best costume you've ever done?
What's the best costume I've ever done? Oh, I don't know, Rainie. Actually, I do. Me and my lovely wife Sarah have had a series of several very good costumes.
You do have good costumes.
We went as Hodor and Bran from
Very
Game of Thrones.
good.
I was Bran, she was Hodor. And that
Very
was
good.
a sort of show-stopping moment. And we
That's interesting though, because I mean, typecast-wise,
Yeah.
you guys are like almost perfect
for what?
for Hodor and Bran. Wait, Bran
think
is
that's
Bran is the really cool one, right?
No, Bran is the little boy and Hodor is the
Oh,
sort of...
sorry.
Hodor is the wall. He's like the...
I was thinking
Hodor.
Bryn. I was thinking
Bryn of Tarth?
Bryn of Tarth.
Oh, that could be interesting.
Yeah.
We usually do a gender-swapped costume just because we find that can be fun.
Oh yeah.
And what did we do also? We did Shiv. I was Shiv Roy, and Sarah was Kendall. No, she wasn't Kendall.
That's a great costume.
No, she was. She was maybe Roman, but I can't remember. But it was
That's a
yeah.
good
We
one.
often do a funny little costume like that. What was
Keith,
your
what-
best costume?
I was a homemade costume girl growing up.
Yeah.
So I was in an aquarium once.
You.
I had a
Ooh.
box
Filled
and
with
I
water?
cut it out and I put like this almost like film like blue sheer tissue paper almost. And then I did some fishies and that was a success.
Wait, that's really fun.
And then I was a bottle of hand sanitizer during the swine flu year.
You were a bottle of hand sanitizer. You were a bottle of hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Long ago. That's
Long ago.
a pre like
that was a pre-pandemic pandemic.
before it was cool. Swine flu. You remember that?
Oh, I remember the pig and the bird flu.
Oh my God, remember that?
The bird flu.
So
Remember it
many
was
flus.
like H1N1. Was that pig?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was pig.
I don't know. I don't remember. H1N1.
Keith, what about you? Before we go.
So most recently, once Becky made me, it was just gray sweatsuit and ears and a trunk, but I was an elephant, and I kind of loved it.
Yeah.
Who are you filming right now?
Sorry, I was checking to make sure that my very covert bag studio.
want me to
I am
hold this?
started to work out. I haven't finished yet, so don't film this.
Keith, you look
until
great.
I feel good.
I think you're great in your
I'm
shoes.
getting stronger.
You think so?
I have to be.
Oh, I was going to ask you in the car. So you worked out so hard and good.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering how soon after a workout like that are you getting back in the zone? Because I heard that if you don't do it right away, your muscles are sort of just like, actually, just kidding. I'm not going to grow.
I'm doing 2 workouts a week, and I'm gonna try to do like some cardio in between those 2 workouts a week. Anyway, I also once was a full arcade machine of Pac-Man.
Very
I
cool.
took a cardboard box and turned it into like an arcade cabinet, and I was inside of it.
Well, let's go
check
ahead
out-
and get inside these
Wednesday
Spirit
Adams
Halloween.
is a great Halloween costume.
I've been Wednesday Addams before.
You
Oh,
have?
really?
I sure have.
I
That's
love
fun.
that.
Becky,
Did you get
me, and
compliments?
Jessica all went as Wednesday Addams
That's
once
funny.
for
Oh, that's
Halloween.
so cute.
Yeah, we were all okay. I
sorry.
gotta stay way
3
closer.
Wednesdays, that's almost a whole month, Keith.
It's almost a month.
Okay.
I mean, there's just so many costumes to really enjoy.
Already have such a fun
my God.
start. We got to walk straight into this.
Balloons and scary.
wow. By the way, like this is terrifying, but you know what would be even scarier? You have it like this for most of the night, and then all of a sudden it's a real guy.
Oh.
We definitely had some people doing that kind of stuff in Carthage, Tennessee. Dun, dun, dun.
For the audio listeners, we just stepped inside the Spirit Halloween, and we're sort of seeing all the beautiful spooky costumes.
And you
His
can buy
name
this
is-
for $279.99.
That's really expensive. His name is Heckles.
That's amazing.
And it's a really
so
scary clown.
I think we got to figure out first and foremost what we're gonna be for Halloween here today, because I think that I am sort of dumbfounded.
I think we should actually go and get some inspiration for our sons.
Oh
right over here.
Oh my
yeah.
God! These
my
are
God.
so scary. So this is like a really spooky looking zombie baby.
What's going? This
Oh
poor baby.
my God.
I gotta be honest. I don't even like seeing this. I don't even like looking at
God,
it. And
it's yelling at us.
there's a scarecrow that's yelling. I don't like seeing the babies with spiders all over them. This one's just upset. He's just like looking through his legs, but he's not really a zombie baby.
I'm losing these roach babies.
This is horrifying.
I mean, brava to the artist, though, because that really evokes some strong feelings.
Thank you, Rainie, for uplifting artists.
Yeah, I've never seen. Oh, and this baby's eating a rat.
Yeah.
This baby's eating a
With
brain.
his brain, with his teeth.
For so long, babies weren't allowed to be horrifying, and I'm glad we've jumped that shark.
Yeah, I'll say that if my baby was eating any one of these things, I'd be a little concerned for sure.
Well, a spider probably could be fine.
Spider's probably okay.
You know that you eat, isn't there some sort of statistic?
Yeah.
You
Fake.
eat 100 million spiders a day. or
100
something.
million a
Yes,
day. While you're sleeping.
While you're
Okay,
sleeping.
this is scaring me. This is
Yeah,
scary.
it's
I
a
don't
little tweaking me out. But we're going to sort of walk through. I mean, one of the things about this place that I really love is the sort of carpet that's been here for seemingly ever.
Yeah. What is this place when it's not spirit?
I bet it's like...
You're screaming.
I bet it's... sorry.
I'm sorry. It's just I have,
sorry,
like we're
I had
always.
headphones on. No, I'm glad you said something deep.
I just didn't want. I didn't want to attract more attention to us because I feel like we're in an episode of Scooby Doo right now. We're clearly up to something.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I get that. Well, I'm sorry I was screaming just because I had the headphones on. I mean, we've got obviously some Barbie.
So
I think you're going to
Barbie-
see a lot of that this year.
I think it's going to be a lot, but I don't know. How do you feel? I think it could be cool.
I
could
think
be
it could
fun.
be fun. I just think that we already did it.
Yeah.
Like we already did it when the Barbie came out. We did a Halloween for Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, do we need to do another Barbie for Halloween?
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer to that is.
Cheerleader is always fun.
I mean, it's definitely it's an easy, I mean, these are kids' costumes, so.
Mysterious mermaid. I like.
All right, let's go to the adults.
I could be a mysterious mermaid.
I mean, one of the things I really love about a Spirit Halloween is just the feeling of potential of the big night.
It's sort of one of the most like other than Christmas. There's so much anticipation.
Yeah.
There's so much planning.
And it's like, and also I'm so excited to watch like a scary movie. And by the way, it just started getting a little chilly at night. And I was like,
yeah.
I love the feeling of like walking through a chilly little evening and watching a horror movie. That's nice
How
for
do
me.
you feel about celebrating fear?
I think it's not celebrating fear.
What do you think it's celebrating?
I think it celebrates
death,
the mystical, the magical, the unknown, the spooky.
Oh,
but
spooky.
And like fear, I think, is a part of that. But it's, you know what it is? You're celebrating the laughter after you get scared. You're like, everything's okay. I'm gonna go right.
But you laugh because everybody screamed at the same time.
You know what it is? It's faking an avalanche. So it's like, it's faking an avalanche. You get the feelings, but then at the end, it's fine.
You're faking.
Who are you
who's
filming?
faking an avalanche?
Who are you
All the
filming?
time.
Also, Rainie, who are you filming?
All the time.
Wait,
In Denver, you always fake avalanches, and I'm not kidding.
I don't know
what are you
mean.
talking about?
Because you gotta fake the avalanches so that the real avalanche doesn't happen.
Oh, you mean that they're triggering a real avalanche?
I
Well,
don't
yeah,
understand.
in a way
it's a small avalanche.
So you're trying to make
You're
a little bit of
breaking the
snowfall.
tension. You're breaking the tension so that the avalanche doesn't build and get really dangerous.
Oh, so you're
It's a
every so
controlled
often you're going up
avalanche.
to a mountain, you're just
Control.
going,
a
little bit.
Yeah.
You're not being
Yeah.
like, there's actually an avalanche and there wasn't. They are making the avalanche.
Yeah.
Faking the avalanche makes it sound like you get to the bottom of the hill and you go, there's an avalanche coming.
It's sort of like Boy
Oh,
Incredible.
no.
That's exactly what I thought.
An avalanche is outside right now. Everybody
No,
panic.
Rainie, you're always doing this.
No. They create a mini one so that the big one. So in Halloween, you're creating a mini fear, so you experience the fear, but it's okay.
Give me, I want to show one.
Now, that's what I like to hear.
This Freddy outfit.
This is Five Nights at Freddy's, very popular amongst tweens and kids and adults alike.
I don't know what this is.
So this is a
referencing.
video game thing, Rainie, but it's
Oh.
also just like an internet thing.
Everybody knows about Five Nights at Freddy's.
I don't know this, man.
It's like if Chuck E. Cheese was haunted by demons.
Pretty much, yeah. And we went to
This
the
is
Chuck E.
a-
Cheese,
this
and I
is
kind
a
of felt like it was
furry
haunted.
outfit, right?
Oh, so
I'm not
this is
trying to
also
say
Five Nights
anything
at Freddy's.
bad about furries.
I
I'm
think
just saying
that-
that looks like a low-budget furry.
I think that the furry community, Keith, and the Five
This
Nights at
Halloween.
Yeah, and by the way, the furry community, it's sort of when everyone kind of joins the fray in a
I
lot
like
of
it.
ways, you know? It's sort of
Angelic
an
beauty.
onboarding event.
Oh, it's
I believe.
it's Rush.
It's furry
It's furry rush.
Halloween
Halloween
is
is
furry rush. Put it on a t-shirt.
That is kind of genius.
That's kind of genius. I'm loving the spooky brooms and witch sticks.
You know what this just made me think of? Devil Wears Prada. Maybe there's something there.
This,
Devil Diva.
This made you think of that?
Well, just no, the one underneath.
Oh, there's a
okay.
devil diva costume for a child. It's a bummer that Halloween month is only 1 month long.
Well,
Because I feel like November is also a little spooky.
oh yeah, it should
know what I
really
mean?
be like middle of November.
Thanksgiving, there's sort of a tumbleweed blowing as well.
Uh-huh.
By the way, this song has got to be in the recording, so let me maybe move away from the speaker.
You!
Took me all night long. Wow, I look hilarious.
We all look
honestly, thumbnail.
up to something.
Well, in the you think a mirror selfie shot?
This is kind of cute though.
Is this the thumbnail?
Okay, so my question is, what's inspiring you? And let's also walk
Yeah.
through
Let's
this
get
way.
let's get all the way to the adult stuff.
So original. Handcuffs if you want adult. Okay.
Oh, Rainie.
Rainie. Sorry, handcuffs. You want adult what, Rainie? This isn't about pervertedness. Okay, this is a holiday about
It's about
spookiness.
sizing.
It's not about what, tying each other up.
I mean, I do like this empty girl on a swing.
Rainie.
no.
Rainie.
That was a literal costume.
It's not a costume. It's a yard ornament.
Do you think that skeletons are scary? And I guess it's finally time we
Whoa,
discuss
look at that
it.
skull, an octopus skull.
That's sick as
cool.
fuck.
That's pretty cool.
I like that. It's scary.
There's a lot of options here that I think are pretty frightening. What's a time that you got really spooked on Halloweeny?
Oh, there used to be a scary house in my block. Like
Yeah.
scary. And it was like, with the fog and everything. Yeah, see, these are just very creative. Like a blood-soaked knife.
And there's blood
You think that's
in the knife.
very creative.
I think I'm just not really in the spooky mindset a lot. Because, like, these are really all new ideas to me.
So one time I was at a haunted house,
Look at the word decor real quick.
and the word decor has a accent over the E, which
Decor.
Decor.
I really...
Decore.
Yeah, I don't know that exists normally. But I was at a haunted house one time, and we went around a corner, and there were children dressed like spiders, like kids that were 4 and 5 years old dressed like spiders, running towards us. And it was one of the most horrifying events that I've seen at a haunted experience.
All we did once is we used to have, you know how maybe they still have them. When you live in a place that has a lot of leaves, you rake them up into bags. But around Halloween, they have like pumpkin bags, so you
Yeah.
can put them on your porch.
Yeah.
Well, we had 3 of those that had leaves in it, and one of those that had my brother Brian in it.
Oh, that's so
Oh.
Last Halloween, we dressed at my friend Kendall's house, and
Coach.
Coach,
Please.
thank you. She would be proud. And we used like spooky, weird colored lights, and like people came into the yard, and I had this horrifying rat mask that we had
my God.
found and I was almost dressed like a rat man. But so essentially what I did, Keith, was I was hiding in the bushes in the yard. And so little kids would come into the thing and they would be there. And then I would just rise out of the bushes with a rat mask and just stand there.
Oh.
That's spooky.
And the kids would be like, like they would kind of like look as I stood up and then be really shocked. And it was really, really fun. And that's what we're going to do this year too, is do some sort of like lightly spooky event for the kids. And then also if the kids were really scared, I would, like if they're little, I would do a funny little dance.
Aww.
So they'd be like, and I'd be like,
Oh, that's cute.
but then I'm kind of moving and it's like, okay, actually it's not that scary.
We put a lot. I have fog machines, so I do fog in the yard now, and I got spooky laser lights and stuff like that. But what I did last time is I put up a theremin and had the speaker outside.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
I just had the theremin just set, and as people were getting, like, we ordered Pizza Hut, as people were getting pizza, it would just set off the theremin on its own, so you didn't have to like play it, but just as you walked by, it just made incidental.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's so funny.
Maybe I want to be a vampire. Vampire horror teeth.
I mean, here's the thing about putting stuff in your mouth for Halloween.
You have to keep it there.
You got to keep it there, and it's going to be sticky sometimes, and it's going to be a little bit nasty sometimes.
That's true. But
like
I
a
do kind of
blood
like, I
pill.
don't mind the, a blood pill.
It must taste awful.
No, they do. I've had one before.
It's
where you chomp. No, you chomp on it for like Halloween. The idea is that you chomp on it and it goes, and they just like blood food coloring all over your mouth, and it drips out.
Yeah.
I mean,
I eat blood pills only. I'm supposed to take them every morning.
Iron, you mean?
You swallow them whole. You don't even chomp them down.
I tell you, I got my multivitamin, my blood pill. This is scary.
I like a
I
scary.
I want to see the wig.
This
though,
actually,
'cause
yeah,
I'm interested in the wig. I've thought about dyeing my hair black before.
Really?
You have?
Rainie, that would be an interesting era for
that's
Rainie.
huge.
I know.
It's like, well, Rainie moved to LA and dyed her hair black.
Do you want to be a rock and roll
Fashion
queen or a glamour girl?
I liked, honestly, trying on all the wigs in Spirit Halloween. Rainie was sort of twirling the GoPro as if it was like a little fiddlestick. But I'm wondering about the anime curls for me.
Sideswept Page Boy. This is for you, Miles. I think you'd look good in this.
I mean, there's something fun about having a wig.
Karen? There's a Karen wig?
Oh,
I'm
boy.
so distracted by so much going on.
Yeah,
it
is kind of hard to focus.
It's hard to focus on one thing.
Everything's exciting here.
I know, here's the thing, though. I probably would never buy a pre-made thing for my house, Halloween style. I would rather make a weird thing.
Yeah, because that's
You know
all
what I
the
mean?
fun of it.
Yeah, and I know people who do they go really all out on the yard, and I'm like, where do you keep this shit when it's not Halloween?
No,
because some of them are huge.
I guess the
inflatable
stuff.
ones are huge.
I mean, they probably keep their inflatable, so they probably get really small.
I get not that small.
I mean, do you think I should scare the shit out of Julian this year?
Let's go over here and find out.
Yeah, let's do the adult.
I love the Cheetos stuff.
This is actually kind of cute.
This
Flamin' hot.
A bag of Cheetos. See, let's compare. Let's do a little gender analysis. This versus man.
They don't want men to be sexy anymore.
I know, which is really
Which is
shame.
Let
like,
us have a couple
actually,
years.
I would love a
They took
man
it
in
away.
short shorts.
Let me wear a Cheetos flaming hot thong for everyone to see.
Or why is it not a suit? Like a nice suit.
A Cheetos suit?
A suit.
This is not bad. The one that is just a Cheeto really looks like a turd.
Definitely is the same costume as a turd
As
that
poop
is red.
costume. Yeah, they just sort of rebranded and redid it.
Yeah.
But how hard would it be to get a Spirit Keith costume? You know what I mean?
Right. Where's the? You think I need to be more famous?
Well, no, I don't think that. I think that there's other people here that are nobodies that have a costume. And also it's a lot of knockoffs.
What about YouTuber nerd? I feel like I look like many other YouTuber nerds.
Yeah, that's not
and
bad.
that could be Zach and I are both YouTuber nerds. I'd say our costumes would look similar.
Some of these hats though kind of go off. I mean, look at this. Dick's Morning Wood Services. Need wood, we've got it.
That's funny.
So funny. Actually so funny. Guys, hey. That's so funny. Everyone should come over here and see.
Should we go tell everyone in the audience?
We should go tell. Let's go tell everyone in the other aisles to check out the hat.
Stupid.
Bob brought I mean, there's something that is, and here's the thing about Spirit is it's sort of like a corporate Halloween style thing, but that can be fun.
I'm into it.
I wonder who designs these costumes. That could be a fun job.
Who works at Spirit? Because it's sort of like a weird it's only seasonal, but it kind of.
I mean, temp workers. It's like it's probably
Well,
a temp
they
agency.
have to work all year.
Oh yeah,
I mean
right.
Spirit corporate.
They gotta
who's
work
the
all year to
president?
get this
It's like
going?
Santa's workshop. The Spirit workshop. They're sewing these things all year long.
Yes, you're right.
They're definitely not having them made in a single week in some sort of abandoned factory. Who knows where?
Poodle skirt and greaser jacket.
Yeah.
I have a story about that.
Oh.
Please.
Because at my school once
me more.
for Spirit Week, speaking of Spirit, there was Decades Day.
Of course.
And so I dressed as a 60s person, and my crush also dressed as a 60s person. But I don't think he noticed.
Didn't coordinate it.
No, I wish. I thought about being like, oh my God, do you want to take a photo? But it's like, no. That'd be embarrassing.
I mean, you should have, I think. Probably.
Yeah.
I don't want one of these astronaut helmets just in general.
This
I
is
think
actually
they're kinda cool.
This is cool to have. Maybe for the office we
I think
could
it
have
would fit
one.
my head.
Astronaut boots I actually would wear.
Do you think that you could hotbox an astronaut helmet?
I could.
Oh, I could. By the way, I'm sweating so...
There's not AC,
hot.
I don't think.
I'm sweating so... Well, that's the thing about Halloween, Rainie, is that there's no AC. You know what movie scared the shit out of me?
Oh,
What?
I know which one scares you.
Insidious scared the fucking piss shit out of me.
Oh my gosh, Parasite I'm still scared of.
Yeah.
The
I
one with the
saw-
old people, and they were the grandparents, but they weren't really the grandparents.
Oh, that movie's scary.
I can't.
It's
that
so scary.
Hereditary?
No, it's not Hereditary. It's a movie. Oh man.
It's
M. Night Shyamalan.
The Visit? No.
Yeah.
It's The Visit.
It's called The Visit.
The Visit. I didn't like it. It freaked me. It scared
I
me.
loved
I
it.
hated it. I did not like that old woman crawling at her like a spider under the deck. I hated that.
No, that's so scary.
It really freaked me out.
There's honestly, the time I've been scared most in any movie ever, the chill that ran down my spine almost made me piss myself. So I was watching a little movie called 50 Shades Darker. and this is a true story. And if you've seen that movie, you're aware that there's a sudden gunshot in one of the scenes that is so unexpected and out of control.
Yeah.
And it, like, I've never had this sort of fight or flight response where I was watching, I was like, like whatever.
Yeah,
this
you thought it
movie,
was real.
Don't even care. And it was like, like it was just like, it fucking knocked me out.
Which is the one of those that has the helicopter crash?
That's
the first one, 3. Well,
50 Shades Darkest.
We at the time had this sort of thing where we would go to Outback Steakhouse, get fairly drunk. I also got very high, and then we'd go watch the 50 Shades movie on Valentine's Day.
Cute.
Well, I got really drunk and high, and I just fell asleep during the movie.
Classic.
And you know, when I woke up, helicopter crash, and I was like, "The fuck's happening in this movie?" I woke up to a helicopter crash. I was freaking out. I was like, "What?"
That's scary, Bo Berry.
So that was scary, and I do think that's a scary movie.
Yeah, I've only seen one scary movie in theaters. The only reason I really watched Parasite was because it was so critically acclaimed.
I love Parasite.
No, I love it, but I don't know.
That was really good.
Scaries are a little tough for me.
Well,
They're
and Parasite's
challenging.
not even like a horror movie. It's
not
like
even.
a
So
drama,
fucking
but
scary,
there's some
though.
scary parts. Yeah.
Like the knife part at the end.
Oh, it's no.
spoilies,
There's some
but-
shocking scary.
Is it at first? I think the staff is scared of us.
Yeah, they are sort of. I feel like
She
wondering.
almost came, and then she saw that we were, and she just ran away.
And I'm wondering if it's some of them are staff, if some of them work here, if it's sort of like a yes and situation.
You think that if we stay here long enough, we'll start selling costumes to someone else?
Yeah, it's like in a way we look at our clock and we realize we've been recording for days.
Yeah, it's like we are embodying the spirit.
I think in a lot of ways it is sort of a place where you lose track of time and you become. Also, I think there's a movie coming out.
Spirit Halloween.
Spirit Halloween?
Yeah, it's like about the store, but then it's a horror movie. Like it's like
Yeah.
this weird place and then spooky stuff happen.
It's crazy that we're not sponsored by Spirit. Me individually.
You?
Rainie's a spirit ambassador. Rainie, I got to be honest. I don't think you want to be.
Especially after
They make a lot of
you're
questionable.
in the Starbucks, your ploy at becoming the Justin's peanut butter.
Oh, did that make it in the cut?
It's in the cut.
Hell
I
yeah.
wouldn't say it's a good convincing argument for you to be there.
You want to be Justin's peanut
I'm
butter?
trying to be Justin's sponsored by Justin's.
little packets of peanut butter.
A Justin's girl? Can you
They sell
imagine?
jars.
They sell what?
Jars.
I
Jars.
didn't know they
Yeah.
sell jars.
Jars.
I didn't
They
know.
sell all sorts of stuff.
I mean, Justin's
hazelnut
peanut
butter.
Can we be honest about Justin's though?
It's good.
Well,
Don't
obviously
even
it's
fight
good,
me.
Rainie.
Don't fight
I'm
me.
not
Don't
even
fight
fighting
me.
you on
Don't
it
fight
being
me.
good. But I believe it's like a luxury peanut butter. It's
Oh,
bourgeoisie
yeah.
peanut butter.
It's definitely bourgeoisie peanut
Yeah,
butter.
who's Justin?
I know Justin
I
seems
think
like he's shredded.
They
by the
actually
way.
do live in Boulder.
Peter Pan, though.
Justin.
Sheep.
Justin,
Is it a real guy named Justin, or is it like Ross Dress for Less, where like Ross isn't an actual guy?
are you sure?
I don't know. No,
I feel like it's probably a guy.
I looked it up, but I love Ross Dress for Less in general.
I love Ross dress. I mean, that is maybe where I'm gonna get my costume for real.
I'm also getting like really hot.
You know,
yeah.
like there's something about it that's like it's like the feverishness of Halloween.
I want to leave.
I know. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
But
I'm like, I can't be
I think
here
I've had
anymore.
enough. Is really it. But
Let's check out the graphic tees on the way out.
I mean, we're walking past a Pokemon. We're walking past a Lilo and Stitch.
I just made eye contact with
on.
the cashier.
I love that you said that out loud as we did it. I mean,
Well, I
We're on
figured
our way
she
out.
couldn't hear
yeah, we're on our
because
way.
I
out.
said it kind
Now,
of
let's just
quiet.
take a second.
Now we're looking at some. Honestly,
Lucy
wait,
Purr
these are
is fucking
funny.
funny.
These are funny.
These are actually really good.
Actually, honestly,
Caring
the
for your
spirit
demon cat.
one is sick.
Honestly, the graphic tees they have in Spirit, if I can recommend anything, they've got a couple really good ones.
Yeah, this is so funny.
Halloween safety.
I'm fully gonna buy this Portal to the Cat Dimension and Other Nightmares right now.
That's so cool. I really like a lot of these designs.
I want it.
And I'm also wondering.
Sold out?
Oh, it might be.
Everybody wants it, I guess.
How can it be sold out if they're doing everything buy one get one?
I want you to just touch it and feel the quality. Okay. All right.
I know what it is. I know what it is I'm buying.
I know what I'm buying.
E is for existential dread. Like, that's funny.
Yeah, whoever they have on their intern marketing team who designed these for a penny.
Easy Bake Coven.
These are all good.
These are so funny.
That one's
inspiring.
Adopt a Familiar. Spooky.
Black Magic Animal Rescue.
Adopt a Familiar is actually really nice, and I'm thinking about getting it.
Is that? I feel like all the good ones aren't here.
Go ask if they have the Portal to the Cat Dimension shirt in the back.
Yeah, they might.
You think they might? Okay.
They might. I didn't have a key.
They only have what they have up here.
Well, Keith,
I'm gonna buy it on the internet.
You should. Well, guys, that's been Spirit Halloween, and my God, do I have to take a shit?
Really?
There's Trader Joe's upstairs. Is that a good option?
No.
Oh, Macy's will be nice.
You think I should poop at Trader Joe's?
Well, it's gonna be 20 minutes to get back. You should go to Macy's.
No, I can wait. Keith is going over to a part of
he's doing a Titanic. Do Titanic, Keith.
Oh, this is interesting. Keith has found a weird part of the parking lot outside, and I wonder what this was for. Maybe a trash can originally this was built for? Keith said, I'm going to be your little trash can.
I could be a little trash can for Halloween.
That's the flirty fun that we like to expect from Halloween.
I mean, I'm trash. Date me. Kind of. You know? Like a trash guy?
I'm trash, date me is interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll see you guys in the car, and I just want everyone to know out there that okay, all right, let's go.
Okay.
Miles has been screaming the whole time.
I'm sorry, Keith. Here's actually the bummer of it all, Keith.
Huh?
Is that I wanted to go to Spirit Halloween in the dark.
Yeah, I guess it was too joyous.
And, like a Super Mario costume at night. Now that's scary.
Well, I like the amount. I do think that, for the uncreative out there, it helps you look creative, right?
Correct.
Because you've got there's so many options that you wouldn't think you could have bought at a corporate store.
Yeah.
Like just the hot Cheetos dress or turd.
That's funny.
Both of those are really funny.
A bag of hot Cheetos, that's good.
So I think if you really don't know what you're doing, you can walk into a Spirit Halloween and you'll have at least 10 things you want to be by the time you leave.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I want to be a cheerleader. I want to be a vampire.
What if you were a little vampire cheerleader?
Now that's really
now
big.
We're cooking.
And I think they also do have nice, assemblable parts with the wigs and the other things. So you could be like, okay, I need a cheap wig. I've got the spooky dress at home I can make.
Yeah.
But I need a wig.
True. I mean, it gave me some ideas, but in a lot of ways, I'm back to square one because I feel that.
Sorry about that.
We just got a little honk.
It was a fairly polite
Whoopsie.
light honk.
It was
just like a just so you know honk, which I like.
I wish there was two honks. I wish one honk was a, hey, don't worry about it, but everything's actually all good.
Hey, just so you know.
All good, King.
Yeah.
And then
I'm upset.
Yeah.
That's the other one. But I feel like there's a lot of pressure around Halloween to be really smart, charming, and funny.
You've got to be the funniest costume, and you have to not try hard.
Yeah.
Or try harder than anyone ever has thought to try.
Correct.
Right.
It's like those are the two options because it's like, I just threw this on and it's amazing, or I worked all year and it was amazing.
And I will say, last year you guys threw a wrench in my whole plan because I was gonna sort of be cool and I think I was gonna be like a cheerleader or something, like something cute. But then all of a sudden, 2 days before Halloween and our holiday party, you guys were like, winner gets Harry Styles tickets.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Oh, that was crazy.
Okay, well, now I really care the most that I've ever cared about.
Who won? And also, what were the gambling regulations that went on with the...
Desiree won.
And I don't know where I was that day, but I wasn't even there.
I know, I was just thinking. I think
I must have been busy or something. I was like, because it was in the afternoon. Maybe I was out of town.
We're trying to figure out this year's Halloween party. Let me ask you guys right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if your vote counts, but I'm going to let you count it, Miles, because I'm sure you're welcome.
Yeah, well, I will, if this vote doesn't count,
you're invited.
I will use a puppet vote.
Yeah.
And I will use sort of the intern's vote.
So a really great idea Nick had was he said, hey, there's the hayride at Griffith Park. That could be fun.
Yeah.
I responded with a one-word text. I'm allergic to hay.
Oh, that seems like a personal problem. We'll see you later, Keith. By the way, one word text. I'm allergic to hay. All in word.
I'm allergic to hay. And
are you actually, or is it just sort of like
I
you
am.
don't
No,
like
it really makes my eyes turn red and snot come out of my nose like a faucet. So I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
but I said, you guys can do that. That's fine. And I said, well, I don't know if the staff would want to do that or not. I feel like the staff might want to just wear costumes and go to a karaoke bar.
I think that honestly,
and do karaoke in costumes.
I think that there's a yes and part of this where we start the night at the Haunted Hayride.
What is the Haunted Hayride, by the way? I can imagine. But
It's in Los Angeles at Griffith Park.
You sit on a wagon.
And spooky stuff happens.
And you ride it, and people run at you with chainsaws.
Oh, I actually don't know if I could handle.
No, I think it's like light though, because kids do it.
It's not very scary.
It's not
very.
that scary.
The reason I really don't want to go is the traffic there is a nightmare.
When
it's happening,
that's
Yeah.
right.
Los Feliz Boulevard is always fucked up anyway, and when that thing is happening, it is horrific.
Yeah, I have to say I want to be the person who chooses the hayride, but I might choose the karaoke.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be really fun if we
Karaoke
got
is
a big
just
karaoke
fun.
room and we had everyone in costumes because it'll be
And the hassle
funnier.
factor is just on the floor.
Hassle's low.
Oh, here we go, guys, though. Sometimes a hassle can be worth it if it's for a spooky little snack. And I think that a Haunted Hayride is sort of a once-in-a-year thing.
Yeah.
It's thematically relevant.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then we could go, and here's the thing. We'll be all jazzed up from that.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to go to the karaoke bar.
Yeah, that's true. We could do both. Now, that's where cost starts to come in.
That's
Well,
right.
it's
And that's
also
why we're
Now we're throwing two
selling,
parties.
That's why we're selling everything from the office.
Oh,
Okay.
make it a
Desks.
video. If we made it a video, it might break even.
It might break even. It's going to be hard to use all that copywritten music.
Yeah.
It also kind of sounds like a lot of work to make it a video when we're trying to
We're
celebrate.
just trying to have fucking fun.
Yeah.
We're just trying to celebrate the end of October.
We all go to Disney. Final answer.
Oh,
you
please,
know I
please,
wish.
please, 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 please.
But I will say, I think a karaoke bar with costumes is really fun.
Yeah.
I think it's fun, and I think we're going to have the office vote
Oh, that's interesting.
and pit everyone against each other, so there's a little bit of hard feelings.
I like that. We want to
Yeah.
create a hard feelings
we
environment.
want people to be upset. Rainey, don't you dare.
Oops, skirt, skirt.
Rainie was about to sort of idle on the
Now you
train
can go.
tracks. Now Rainie can go. YouTubers killed in a train accident.
YouTubers killed.
Podcasters freshly from Spirit Halloween, where they bought nothing.
We bought nothing. We
By the
loitered.
way-
I really
You're
wanted to buy
loitering.
that shirt, and I also wanted to buy the skeleton octopus, and then I forgot about it when I saw the shirt, and then
Oh.
I was so discouraged that the shirt didn't exist for me.
Yeah, the shirts were so good.
They were actually, and I bet that's like, they had a new initiative, and the old boomers at Spirit Halloween were like, let's hire this young graphic designing kid. And
Yeah.
the kid crushed it.
They were really
Yeah.
good.
They all looked really cool, and they were like, for those the audio
Yeah.
listeners, if there are still any, it was like Michael Myers from the movie Halloween,
Yeah.
but in like a fun little sassy 1950s font.
Yeah.
It was like a bunch of Stranger Things
Yes.
aesthetics, but funny jokes.
Yeah, I do agree that like they're probably like, the intern give them the T-shirts. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
Give 'em the
And then it was
shirts.
like,
and they crushed.
They
Looked so good.
crushed it.
Looks so
Yeah.
I want to find out who designed them and hire them.
good. I actually was thinking the same
Yeah.
thing.
They're really good.
I mean, Keith, so Zach often talks about his existential YouTube fears. Do you have any?
What do you mean by that?
Like he's always like, oh, like am I doing like, are we making art? Are we making content?
Zach has a lot of feelings, and he sort of expresses
Are
them
you
out
asking
loud.
the guy who sits at a table once a month and eats, 30,000 calories
Yeah.
if he's worried about the art quality?
Yeah,
of-
I am wondering that.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
have
actually, I
any
am.
sort of like?
No, I. It's not that I'm worried about whether what we're doing is artistic or not. I really just want to make sure what we're doing is fun and cool. I like when we can learn from things, but not every video is about learning.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
actually think that is
that.
a big, like that's actually very important. Not everything has to be like so heavy and hard all the time.
Yeah, but I am trying to, because I have so many, non-educational food formats. I'm trying to put some education into some new food formats.
Ooh.
That's still fun and lets you come away with like a little, like, oh, did you know this? That you can tell your friend next time you're eating at a similar restaurant.
Yeah.
You can be like, actually, I learned this just the other day, and I want it to be a little snippet of fun.
A bite-sized piece
Yeah.
of info.
A snack size.
Snacks.
Snacks.
Well, I figure it's about time to throw it on down.
It's time for Miles to let us know what he's been thinking about the last 2 days. With advice that'll go for Miles. Insert song.
It's advice that'll go for miles. Tune it to your radio station. It's advice that'll go for miles. Everyone get ready, Miles Nation. Miles Nation, go. It's advice that'll go for miles. Advice that'll go 4 miles.
Have you
was-
ever wanted to be so smart that you actually have a banging body also?
Whoa! Yes.
Ooh, double
Yes.
threat.
Please, what is it?
Have you ever wanted to be actually thinking about philosophy in a way that makes people at a bookstore say, smart guys here, you can basically kiss me on the tongue?
Where were the periods in those sentences?
Adrian Brody, Adrian Grenier. These are people who
Brody.
read books.
Oh.
Huh.
But books are so last-ass year. And so I've got a recommendation for a book you can put right into your nostril.
Nostril.
Snort an audiobook.
While you're working out?
And it's actually a specific one.
Oh.
book rec.
That's right. You thought that I wasn't smart about shit because I have a book recommendation that I'm about to give.
Oh.
It's a book I think that's called, I forget the title a little bit, but it's it's called something like, what is it? It's called 4,000 Weeks. Let me just make sure I get the title right here. But basically, it's a book for smart people, and I read the audiobook, and I thought it was nice.
You read the audiobook.
Well, I listened
What's
to
it about?
It's so basically, yeah, and hang on, let me just pull up the title here. 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals.
Oh,
By
okay.
Oliver Berkman.
That's interesting. So you read a self-help book via audio, which
So-
I've never even heard of.
What
And,
honestly
it
is-
has a cheeky title.
And
Yeah.
it's what's good about it is that for a self-help, it's not really self-help. I mean, it kind of is. It's like sort of philosophy and self-help, interesting.
Yeah.
But it's very easy. It went down easy. It listened to like a podcast. I'll say that,
Ooh.
like a smart podcast, like This American Life, not like a
Oh. What was
But-
your best learned?
Yeah.
So basically, the book's premise, and don't tune out. I know I'm saying book, and people are like, "That's not for sexies."
I do think books have a hard time. in
Books
this
aren't sexy.
society.
And I'm trying to re-sex books.
No, well, I actually disagree. I think if I saw a man reading a book,
Yeah.
I would be like, actually, I maybe would be grossed out.
Wait, Rainie, don't put that in. That reading a book is an ick. God, I'm so done with ick culture. By the way, by the way, ick culture is based on the idea that anyone doing anything is gross.
If you're doing something that you find joy in,
And then it
you're
sucks.
gross.
Yeah, you're gross and you suck. By the way, Rainie, where are we? Did we take a wrong turn?
No, we're going. This is right.
Okay, sorry.
I know
We're
where we
going
are.
home, Miles.
I
We're
know,
going
I-
home.
I ride on this drive. I drive on this ride all ding dang time. I love this drive. It's beautiful.
It actually is really,
To the
really
left
pretty.
is gorgeous. To the right is also nice, but less
this
gorgeous.
is the road that I took to get into Los Angeles, and I remember looking over this ridge and thinking, "Wow, I'm here. I've made it."
yeah,
Aw.
it is kind of a
Why were
beautiful
you
way to
coming-
come
Oh,
in.
yeah, from the east, yeah.
From the east. So anyway, this is a
rather
book.
than the west.
It's called Time Management for Mortals.
ocean.
I came from the
Hard
ocean.
to drive from the west.
It's a book essentially that posits the idea that you only have about 4,000 weeks on this planet, and that's actually not that many.
That's it.
That's it.
I
So,
don't like that.
God,
I
I've
don't like
wasted
that.
so many.
so the premise of this whole thing is that
That's sad.
efficiency is kind of the enemy of living in the moment, and it talks
40,000.
about 4,000.
4,000?
4,000 weeks. So the idea.
What can I have 40,000?
You can have 40 more. The idea is essentially that like making everything efficient and like making, maximizing your potential, and like you're so busy all the time is taking you out of the things that you actually want to experience joy from and whatever. And it's like a guide to being like, all right, let's say you get the best at answering your email. Your life is a fucking efficiency paradise. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get more email and it's going to back up. And being good at email means that you're going to be so good at email that you're going to receive way more of it because it's going to, so it's about like rethinking about how you spend your time, how you are living in the moment for the important things you actually want to do. It talks about like spending time with your children and how like if you're doing that when you're so busy that you're thinking about other stuff and you're living in a busyness mindset, which like I'm somebody I'm very busy, but it made me rethink about like how I view myself as a busy person, and if I'm doing that, then I'm actually having trouble focusing on the things that do matter. So it's a great book. It went down like a smooth podcast. I'm about halfway through.
It sounds stressful
It
to
sounds
listen
really,
to.
I'm anxious.
No, it's inspiring when I listen to it.
It sounds, I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
No, see, that's the whole thing,
Yeah.
is that you're doing nothing wrong.
Am I?
But you have to embrace the fact that, what's the word? Finiteness. There's probably an infinite, whatever. That life is finite, and that's actually what makes it worth living. What makes joy worth experiencing is that it's not forever. And if you just had every day for the rest of eternity, you wouldn't actually experience joy
What?
because you couldn't. You couldn't possibly. There's no possibility that they're essentially like.
Oh, like there's no like achievement because it's like, well, I eventually will get to achieve
Yeah, you
all
would never
this
get around to anything. Why would I,
Well, I might still go to Disneyland if I chose to.
Well, but maybe you would at 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, eventually I'll be like nothing. I can do anything I want, so I'll do nothing.
So I'll do nothing.
I do think with busy and productivity, you always got to check in with like the big picture. I think spending more time on the big picture and less time on productivity, busy.
Yep, that's a lot what
like,
this is about. Yeah.
Like find a goal, make sure you're doing the goal. Even simply by having goals will make you more successful in the long term. And I learned that from Meg J, PhD, Defining Decade.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's a book.
That's a book.
Ugh.
But I'll say that the audiobook lifestyle, and also I felt like I hadn't been reading or thinking about like big ideas, and I think it was a book that helped me. It went down went down really smoothie, and the guy has like this British accent, and I was like, oh shit.
That's nice.
Oh,
kind of had a hot voice, and that helped.
Okay.
But I just think that it made me feel like, I don't know, when I was in college, when I was younger, I used to think about big ideas and talk to my friends about big ideas and just be like, be interested in just the way that we do things, the way that I organize my life. And I haven't been as recently because I've been so busy.
Right.
What's a big idea?
Just like,
what's the big idea?
What's it all mean? Like, what's the purpose of us, like, in culture? Like, is it to consume art? Is it to build things? Is it to lift each other up? Is it like, I just think that I used to talk and think more about that stuff, but you get busy, you get jaded. And this is a good book.
Yeah, I mean, I went to a wedding this week starting on Wednesday, and I did find I was on a run on like Saturday, and I was just like really self-reflective in a way that I haven't been in a really long time because I think I've just been too busy.
Yeah, totally.
Like I've just been doing the little like, hitting each tennis ball as it comes back, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And I didn't have time to be like, oh, like I guess like, well, the thing that I was reflecting on was I was like, I actually spent a lot of time in the East Coast, and like it is actually a really big part of me, and I was just reflecting on like who I was and like what made me that way. And I'm like, I miss that. I used to do that all the time in college.
You know,
there's just more space to do it.
I also was in the East Coast on a wedding, and I had the same thought about the East Coast.
Really?
Where I was like, oh, you know what? I don't have a desire to move back unless it would be to, New York City maybe, but I did have this appreciation for like the green forests and just this like this feeling of I don't know. There is a certain feeling there.
There's a
nice.
certain architecture and space and like humidity that sort of is like is very reminiscent.
I liked it. Anyway,
well,
read a book, listen to an audiobook. That one's a good starter if you're feeling like, let me listen to a little thing about my time. If you feel busy, it's a good book to listen to.
Wow, I still think this whole conversation fucked me up somehow.
Heath, you're also in the thicket. You're in the deep thicket of where I was several months ago, which is that you don't have time to think about time and its properties of being busy.
I've got so much to think about, though.
Yeah.
You know?
you're in a busy what's the word?
I'm a busy
era.
bee.
Season.
Busy bee. So many busies.
And sometimes you got to be busy. Sometimes it's just that's the means to an end.
Correct.
Yeah,
and what this book posits is to sort of like rethink how you view that time instead of being like, okay, I just got to get to the next fucking thing. It's just like try as much as you can to recontextualize some of it into a little bit of an easier way to understand.
Wow.
Anyway, that's my fucking advice.
Well, that's some fucking great advice.
Keith, hit us with the cow theme song.
Wouldn't it be? How did it go?
It was like, wouldn't it be nice?
I wonder what it's like to be a cow.
Yep.
I wonder what it's like to be a cow. How did it go?
I wonder what it's like to be a cow.
I wonder what it's like to be a cow.
I wonder what it's like to be a cow.
Now give your best move, but real.
Hang on. My throat
that one's good.
That was good,
Keith
Keith.
did it. Have a good ass week.